Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Rogues Gallery Live. Like I said, it's Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 115, the latest in collecting news and interactive chat and pics and everything else in between. I'm Chris, the Batman statue collector, and if it is your first time catching us live, welcome to the show. We have, of course, Dan from Wayne Manor North always with us. How's it going, sir?
Hey, everybody. Glad to be here, repping the Rogues Gallery Live gear tonight.
Love it. Is it a little chilly in your neck of the woods?
It's actually quite nice. I just felt like getting cozy. I've got my fireplace on in here. I've got my dogs here, and just settling in for a good conversation.
That sounds pretty good. So I went from the beach where we had 2 nice days out of the entire week. There was 80. Otherwise, it was like 50 and cold and rainy and windy. And I still loved it. It was great because I was out on my golf cart. But anyway, then we got back to Kansas, and it's 20 and it's cold, and I think today was like 50, but so right back to the cold. So I'm glad it's not too bad where you are. But we also have Mr. Jeff Morris in the house. Hey, Jeff.
Hey guys, hope everybody's doing okay.
Doing great. We also have Mr. Eric B from All Things Art in the house.
Hey everyone, happy Wednesday.
I don't know how to tell you this, but you have a really creepy dude looking over your shoulder.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where he is for everyone that always asks, where's the Joker bust?
That's right. He's right. He's just back there making his appearance. I love it. And then last but not least, from the Secret Sanctuary, Mr. Jeff Delaney in the house. How's it going, sir?
I'm feeling out of sorts.
Oh, do you need to be over here?
Oh, I feel so much better.
That's so. Wait, hold on. Let's see. We can move Eric up here.
Much better.
I like
Is that better?
No, I'm great.
All right. Got to keep it feeling all right. And I'm really gonna screw you up. Watch this.
No. Oh no. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where'd he go?
It's not gonna work.
The Shui Feng's off.
Gonna screw everything up tonight. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Hope you're doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Pretty
good.
good.
Awesome. Yeah, doing good.
Anything new and exciting in the collecting world? And I guess I could show you mine. I got something exciting for Friday.
Look at that.
Right here. It's literally been in my town since last Friday. So it's killed me. It's one of those ones where I'm not peeking. I'm just letting it be. But it's real. I took the styrofoam out. It's pretty cool. I've been trying not to watch reviews. But it's 2 separate styrofoams. And it's got the straps, which is really nice. So
Really? Is it the biggest box you've ever got from Sideshow?
Oh, I'm trying to think. Like the busts are bigger boxes, but I feel like it's probably the biggest, and it's the most unique. Like it opens from the front, and it's got all this interior art inside.
Cool.
Like Gotham City, it's really cool. And then I've never seen anything like it. But obviously the straps, that's a big new thing for Sideshow. I've never seen them use those.
Are they branded, Chris?
Branded straps?
Straps, do they have the Sideshow logo on them and whatnot?
Let me go check. Talk amongst yourselves.
Does anybody else have insight into this? Or?
It's a very important detail that they have them.
Well, I noticed that I think it was Queen Studios. I saw somebody doing an unboxing and it had them.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
Trying to think if
I think the Orange Studios does.
Well,
Oh, is that right?
The secret agenda for are they branded is if they're branded, I would gotta believe it's something they're going to do going forward.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Not branded.
Oh.
But maybe this is a trial. Maybe it was just to see how they did.
Yep.
We've been tooting our horn here for quite a while about how much nicer it is than the tape, and just feel it feels a little bit more secure, and that kind of stuff. So I'm excited. If you guys are watching right now, I'm going to be unboxing this guy live Friday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So an hour later than our normal show here, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We've got some stuff going on that evening, so a little bit later, but please join me. It'll be a lot of fun. How about you guys? Anything new? I know, Dan, you've been kind of hunting some items. Anything new coming in?
Yeah. So actually, after watching your video on Red Wolf Collectibles, I ordered a few CGC stands. And I hesitated to say CGC because I think they'll hold CGC or raw.
I think so. Do you want to see one closer up?
Yeah, why don't you show one again? They looked really good to me in the video, and it's something that I've kind of always wanted to buy, but I haven't seen anything that I was really, overly jazzed about. And I thought these looked really good.
How was the design process? Do you like upload it to their website, or do you have to send it to the guy and then he just does it for you?
He just does it. He just does it for. So I had, I did 3. I did a Batman comic book logo. I did that one only with Batman in white instead of yellow.
So let me show you the top. So it's got an indentation, and then it's got these plastic pieces. There's different sizes.
Yeah, that must be for raw or CGC.
Yeah. So I mean that will hold up the book.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yep.
But it's just it's heavy. I mean it's really solid. I think it's the best. I mean, to me, it's like this. If you want like the next level stand, this is it. It's
yeah, they look really good.
So I bought that one with the Batman in white. I bought one with the Harley Quinn logo, the comic book logo, and I bought a Wayne Manor North logo that I designed up.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And I got to tell you, I got to give these guys a plug. They were super responsive. The guy's name is Mike.
Yep.
He's one of the Mike Wolf. And super responsive. I exchanged emails with him. I sent him, the pictures of what I wanted, turned them around within minutes. And I should have these by early next week. So, and I thought they were fairly reasonable, like $40.
Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, they're a little bit more pricey. Like I've had some other stands on the channel, like slab stands are also phenomenal. They're wood, so it's just it's a more affordable route. Yeah. It depends on what you want to do. But if you're interested in displaying CGCs, speaking of CGCs, this guy right here, right before the show, pops up this incredible book.
Yeah, get your books ready, folks.
Do you have it? Do you have it there with you, or is it is it like in a glass case with an army guard or something?
Kind of, yeah. But if you have the picture, you could show that.
Well, let me download it because
that would look better.
It would look better.
Yeah.
You might
guess maybe less glare.
Yeah. I actually don't keep my really expensive books here.
Well, that's probably smart.
Yeah.
All right. Where is it?
Smart.
Oh, it's up at the top. There it is. You actually did a couple of nice ones.
Yeah. The other one's cheaper.
So Mr. Delaney is let me upload the overlay here. So Mr. Delaney is selling an incredible book. Wait till you see this, guys. Look at that.
There you go.
That's a big boy book right there.
That is a big boy book. Pull up the big boy pants.
And it's got off-white to white pages. That's
unbelievable. Batman number 9.
Yeah.
So if anybody is potentially interested in doing some wheeling and dealing, you can, I think, get a hold of him at detective27.com. Do you have another address you would like to plug?
You can always email me at jeffdelaney949@gmail.com.
So same email that we do for the auctions.
Yeah.
But congratulations. I was like, I don't even know you own that book. It's so cool. It's awesome.
Nice one.
I can only imagine all the books you could surprise us with. I have a feeling
there's some good stuff.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, good luck. I hope you find him a new home.
I hope so too.
Is that one of the highest out there? I would think it's got to be.
There's a few more that are higher. It's probably the 3rd highest graded.
I was going to say, I can't imagine very many more being higher than 8.
Yeah, it's hard because black covers especially are tough to find in high grade because the defects show so easily.
That's awesome. It's awesome. How about Jeff and Eric? Anything new your way? Do I hear crickets?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen thinking that hard, like,
I got a pre-order coming next week.
What do you got?
I ordered the Legendary Beast cap.
Nice.
Oh, and it comes next week?
Comes next week.
Nice. That's
And
awesome.
it was a week from today. And I pre-ordered a custom.
Oh.
I think I know which one. Dun, da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looked too cool. So I thought, what the heck? I'll give it a shot.
They're
What
Batman.
scale is that custom?
It's a quarter. Edition size of 89.
I love it. Yeah, both of them looked great. And I love that it's the Alex Ross, just incredible.
Nice.
Doesn't get much more iconic than that.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I've been buying I went a little crazy the last 2 weeks on Star Wars stuff. So I actually purchased my first custom as well. It's a custom Darth Talon quarter scale. I have the Sideshow Mythos Vader, which was supposed to come in today. Now it's coming in tomorrow. I've been just picking up a lot of like replica helmets, some half scale busts and 6-scale busts from Gentle Giant. I picked up a lightsaber yesterday from End Saber. So just a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff going on right now that I'm setting up a display in my office upstairs. So
That's fun. That's
yeah,
It's really fun. I
Something
love the
to
idea
do
of
as
being in the
I,
guest room.
yeah. It's keeping me busy as I wait for the DC stuff to come back in.
Well, make sure you keep us posted about the progress. Are you gonna like paint the walls like dark gray? Are you gonna do anything like actual theming to the walls?
So it's actually my old Lego display. Like as my daughter was growing up, we used to build like all the big giant displays, the Lego displays. Like we have the big giant Disney castle, and she's older now, so we're kind of getting rid of some of the smaller stuff. So my room upstairs actually looks like Dan's office. It has the slat walls, except I have like the actual like the merchandise shelves look on it where it actually clips into the slat wall.
Oh, into the slat wall. Yep.
Yeah, so I have that with the shelves in black and white, which actually fits nicely with the Star Wars theme with the like Stormtrooper black and white. So getting rid of all the Lego stuff and putting up Star Wars stuff basically.
Cool.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Fun.
I want to give a shout out to Oh Snap. Said, "Hey Chris and the rest of the Rogues Gallery cast. I am the one posting about that broken Mr. Free statue today in the group. Glad you guys are live today to get my mind a bit off this awful day." So yeah, it's awful when something like that happens. I did reach out to him and he said it was. I actually mentioned Eric because I thought, well, maybe Eric could help. But it's from eBay. Sideshow can't get another one in, and he's overseas.
Yeah,
and so I know how frustrating that is. Eric, any advice? It looks like it could be somewhat fixed with glue. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Like you said, the issue is he's overseas, and I think he said he paid like $300 in customs, so he have to do that twice again. I don't know if he has to do it once to get it out and again to get it back in, but either way, it's a lot just to do it once. So.
Well, hopefully it's repairable. It did look like it could be glued at least somewhat, so hopefully you can at least get him back on his feet and.
I think it's the leg that's bent, right? So that's not the one that keys in.
That's right.
It should be the straight one.
Oh, it is the straight one?
No, I mean the straight one's the one that keys in.
Yeah, the straight one's one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the bent one's not a weight bearing element. So that's glueable.
I sympathize with his plight, but his YouTube name is rather ironic under the circumstances.
Oh snap!
Oh.
I didn't get that, but that is hilarious. Yes, that's maybe you need to change it to all in one piece or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty funny. That's a good catch. Anyway,
I never knew that when you
luck.
buy something off of eBay, like if you have to do a return, you still have to pay the customs. You don't get that back.
That I don't know. I don't know. I guess I've never dealt with customs with eBay. I guess I've always bought in the U.S. That's a good question, though. I'm not sure if anybody in the chat would know the answer to that, but I'm sure you could. If it's broken, you could probably, send
I think that's what his issue was. Like he could do the refund, but he'll never get back his money for the custom fees that he paid.
Yeah,
That's a drag.
Yeah, that sucks.
Chris, I do have a book that I bought this week that I could share with the group.
Nice.
This is a book I've been wanting to get in the collection for a long time.
Oh,
Tech 1000 Jim Lee. This is the San Diego Comic-Con Universe Special Edition.
That looks great.
That's cool.
This is one that I will, at one of the upcoming shows where Jim's at, get this book signed and reslabbed. I just love that piece of art. I think it's awesome.
It's beautiful.
So I actually had one that came in too. That's a little interesting. I actually happen to have it next to me. So this was supposed to be the first appearance of Death Metal Harley, except they never labeled it on the label, which kind of bums me out.
Yeah.
But, this was by Matina.
Nice.
That's
book.
awesome.
That's
so
cool.
I wonder if that'll be one of the Prime 1 heads. I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah. So I don't know if, it was supposed to be the first appearance. I don't know if, I guess they just didn't put it on the label or see what happens in the future.
That's weird. Well, some really great books there, that's for sure. And you mentioned Jim Lee. I was really hoping that he would be announced for Dallas, but he hasn't as of yet. Still have till June, so maybe, fingers crossed. They did announce Art Germ, which I was excited about. So,
going to see him at MegaCon next week, actually.
Oh, I'm so jealous you're going to that. That's awesome.
It's going to be a good time.
You might have to film us a little tour.
I definitely will.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
There's some artists that are at that one that I've never seen at any show before.
Yeah, I remember you sent me the link, and I was like, "Wow, there's a lot. There's a lot of artists there.
Yeah.
Way more than a lot of the other shows I've been to." So,
WonderCon on Friday.
Which one?
WonderCon.
Nice. I forgot that they're so close together.
Oh wow.
Yeah. This week.
That's awesome. This is anybody having a booth there at that one?
Only Spec.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Probably get to see his
Frozen.
Frozen.
He was going to say his new display.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those
I
stands.
wouldn't be surprised. The podiums.
Yeah, they look really, really good. Yep.
Yeah, those are cool.
He said he was going to be selling them.
Oh wow.
And the same thing with those CGC holders. You can have like your own logo design for them. Should be pretty.
That'll be interesting to see what size, what sizes he makes available in those.
Yeah.
That's dangerous for me. That he's literally 2 miles away from where I'm sitting right now.
2 miles.
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt, but I'm going to blame Oh Snap because his freeze broke, and as soon as we talk about freeze, I freeze.
Yeah. True story.
Par for the course. I heard a little bit about what you guys were saying. I can hear, like, when I'm gone, I can hear. It's really weird the way it cuts off. But anyway, I can hear you guys for a little bit. So yeah, I was talking about those podiums.
Yeah.
And yeah, they are going to be for sale. I've been talking to Todd a little bit about them. They're kind of like in a prototype stage right now. But the panels slide out. If you haven't seen them, I guess maybe I could try to find a photo of it, but the panels slide out. So you can do custom panels on the inside with your logo or whatever you want. I'm considering getting some for the middle of the bat bunker, trying out some of those that light up. I don't know for sure yet, but, I think they looked really great. So I'm hoping that you get to see them this weekend.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be awesome.
We'll definitely do a video of his booth.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. So again, definitely check out Secret Sanctuary, and hopefully there's some good stuff there. I hope.
The only thing is, though, if you put them in the middle of the floor, then you have to have wires running across the bottom of the floor. Well,
and that's what I asked him about. Like, I think that they're actually going to be looking into possibly doing both. So it could be battery, and it could also be plug-in. So I think they're going to, again, this is just kind of prototype stage, but because I was worried about that too. I was like, well, crap, should I put, before the electrical goes in, should I try to put electrical in the floor? But I don't know if I really want to go that far. And
you've got a cement floor too, don't you, Chris?
I do. Yeah.
So looking at his picture, it looks like he has like a track going around the outside, like perimeter. It's probably where the wires are all underneath.
So I don't know exactly how they're going to end up, but I thought they looked really great, and I love the idea that he was going to sell them. So hopefully they'll be somewhat affordable. And again, I love that you can customize it. It's really neat. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we go on to topic number 1?
I have something for sale.
Okay, hit it.
To make room for my Legendary Beast cap, I'm selling my Sideshow Harley bust. So I'm selling it for $850 shipped to the continental U.S. So
nice.
$50 less than Sideshow, plus no shipping and no sales tax.
Very awesome. So
that is a really cool piece. That
it is.
Yet again, another piece that looks way better in person than even video, picture. It doesn't matter. I was at Torpedo Comics last week in Las Vegas, and they have one. They had a ton of statues at that place.
Wow.
And they had that. Actually, the other one that they had that I was really impressed by was PCS. Is it PCS Lady Death?
Oh yeah,
Third Lady Death. Wow, is that?
no, I think it's Pure Arts.
Oh, is that Pure Arts?
I think it's Pure Arts.
Well, PCS did one too. PCS did the one with the two wolves on each side of her.
I'm thinking of that lady with the big hat.
That's what I was thinking.
No.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I had the wrong. I'm thinking of the wrong lady.
No, this is
that
like
was
a
PCS then. Yeah,
scantily clad, like Amazonian looking woman.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, that bust is really great, and that's a great deal.
That's awesome. Well, it's again that Harley. I had her in my collect. I was inspired to get her because of your review, and I have since sold her because I'm trying to like mostly stick to figures and not as many busts. And so yeah, I can testify it's a phenomenal piece. So and I think she's going to be one of those pieces that after a while people are going to be like, crap, I should have got her. When I had a chance.
Yeah, if I don't sell her, it's not going to be terrible. I can try to find a spot for her. But right now, she's right next to the LBS Thor. So I want Cap to be right there.
Yeah.
So she's got to go somewhere.
Are you getting Iron Man too? I forgot.
I believe I am. I kind of like it.
Okay.
But
So you'll have Hulk.
Yeah, I might have just those 4. I don't need any of the villains. I mentioned to Jay that it would be cool if he did Ant-Man and the Wasp, maybe as like proximity pieces to another piece or something, because with these 4 and Wasp and Ant-Man, that would be the original Avengers.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he could complete the original Avengers just
Awesome.
with just miniature versions
Yeah.
of those 2 characters.
Did you see? He actually. I was following that post. He answered your question. He showed like a little Ant-Man that you can like place on like any base, or I think he said he might put it on Hawkeye.
Yeah, he did mention that he might do it as proximity pieces to Hawkeye.
That'd be incredible. Well, I had some conversations with you guys because I had some great conversations with Jay and how willing he is to work on things, and like he immediately does renders and he comes up with ideas.
Yeah.
And so there's things that I can't talk about here, but there's just I'm incredibly excited about some of the possibilities that they and you guys can absolutely read into that because there's some really great stuff I think coming from them that they've not only teased but also some other characters and stuff that they're wanting to go full in on. So very, very exciting stuff if you are a third scale collector. So really great stuff. And again, that's going to make one hell of a display in your sanctuary.
It should be fun. But I was going to say, I've had 2 photo dumps from Jay. And the first one, I was at Disneyland at the time. So I'm like telling my family, I got to sit over here for a few minutes. Go do your thing. I got to look at these for a while.
Yeah, I think he was doing it the same day as me because I think you were showing me, and but it's just so good stuff. So it's very exciting, and just again how willing he is to listen to feedback, which is really cool, really cool. All right, let's go on to topic number 1. Topic number 1 for tonight is extreme shipping. Are you less likely to buy because of shipping costs? And we have talked about this topic before with the rising costs of shipping. It is what it is. But I think the reason why we are talking about tonight is kind of it's hitting the fan. We kind of knew it might with the Tweeterhead Joker, the Tweeterhead Joker quarter scale. It's the one back here. He's massive. And people started getting their quotes. And I think it was like, what, $300, $350? Did you get your quote, Dan?
I did. $341. Charges tomorrow, actually.
Okay. And so a lot of people are freaking out. They're like, how in the world can they charge that much money for a quarter scale? I will come to the defense of saying that this thing is massive. It is heavy. And so I can see, as somebody that has it, I can see why it's that much. Is it disappointing? Yes. But I can absolutely see because the base is so massive and heavy. I mean, it's solid.
Is it one box? One box, right?
What I got was a prototype box. So I don't have the actual real art. I would assume it would be very, very similar to what I got, but the box was massive. I mean, it was it's the size of a third scale. Yeah. Okay. And so for my third scales, I've been charged around that cost for that much. I mean, for that size of box as well. And again, the base is so heavy now. I kind of kept thinking, well, could they have made the base more hollow? Could they have done that? And I think that it just wouldn't have held up because there's so much detail, intricate detail. I think that it needed to be heavy. But this is one of those ones that were like, you need two people to move it. Because and that really, to me, says why it's $349. With that said, I know a lot of people were very outraged. They were very upset about it. Dan, I know you were disappointed. I know you voiced your disappointment in the price, and maybe even considered canceling. What have you decided as of this point?
For the Joker?
For the Joker.
Oh, no, I'm not canceling that one.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've been really looking forward to this one. It's certainly a consideration, the shipping at this point, because when you marry the high shipping costs with the high cost of the statues, then, it can get to be concerning, right? And so it's getting high on both ends. And so, fortunately, I wouldn't consider myself a volume collector. I'm pretty selective these days, but that Joker, I'm really looking forward to. I canceled the Jimenez Prime 1 Joker to get this one. Yeah. I just think that all of those little details and Easter eggs and all that, I just think it looks outrageously good. And when I saw your video, Chris, the close-ups on the chair, the wood finish on the trim of the chair, and it just looks outrageously good. So no, I'm looking forward to this one.
To me, it's one of those pieces that it's just worth every penny. I mean, it's just, it's so good. Yeah. And this, my plan right now is in the bunker where I have the Bat bike. I'm most likely to have him right beside that and have those be the pair.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And so it's just, it's a special piece, and I don't know if anything like it will ever be done. Obviously there'll be Joker-thon throne pieces or whatever, but
yeah, I'm not even.
It's unique.
Guy. I'm really not a throne guy, but I just think that one's special. So we'll see.
Carlos says 280 for me, and I'm only 30 minutes away. So you must live next to Jeff Delaney, hopefully, because I know you guys are so close to Sideshow.
Isn't that crazy though? I mean, West Coast is 280. East Coast is 341.
Yep.
That seems weird to me. That's pretty close.
Well, didn't we say that it's not just the shipping within the US, they also factor in whatever they paid, coming from China and all that stuff?
Sure. It's all cost that rolls over. I mean, the company will only eat so much. And Lord knows Chad has eaten some shipping costs. I mean, he has had to pay out of pocket a lot of times for shipping issues. And so, I know for a fact that all these costs are rolled over, not only to them, but then also to the consumer. And I can tell you right now, guys, I've had a lot of conversations with the statue companies. They are not happy with shipping costs because it affects their bottom line. It's like, if somebody sees, well, it's going to be 350, and I'm like, well, F that, I'm going to cancel. Well, that means that they don't have an order now. I mean, it's, but like this comment, some waitlist conversions are on the horizon, and that absolutely could happen.
That's true. I bet he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Now the shipping for the half scale Captain America is supposed to be $300.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all to me, because that piece
is when you
massive.
Think about that's 340.
Yeah.
For that.
And that is surprising. So I mean, let us know whenever you actually get the quote. Hopefully it's close to that. They always seem to have like all of a sudden surplus charges that they add, these little fees.
Well, the shipping was on the order page as anywhere in the US.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. So, that's awesome.
Backget Voodoo says shipping for my Guts Armored Rage was nearly $600 to the Northeast from Sideshow. Wow. Is that one box, Backit, or is that two? I wanted to ask, is it worth it to buy XM Studios Batman White Knight? Yes, it is. They're asking $5,000 here in Turkey. I don't know if I don't know if that's 5,000 US. I would not pay 5,000. What did we pay, Dan? Like, was it 3? I can't remember how much it was, or
with shipping.
Yeah, with our $1,000 shipping. Yeah.
I think all in it was about 34.
Yeah.
Woo!
So I guess 5,000 is not that, it's not that off, I guess, if it's 5,000 shipped. But again, it really just depends on how bad you want it. I mean, if it's worth it to you to spend 5,000, I tell that to people all the time. It's like, if it's worth it to you and you know you can afford it, then go for it. But I feel like that's a little high.
It's ridiculously good.
This Jeff is saying Spec and Open Vault offers free shipping. A lot of companies do on various products. Some offer like a $4 shipping, although they add a lot to the original amount to offset that cost. But
Spec doesn't offer free shipping on everything.
Not on everything.
No, not on everything.
Just certain things that we can't talk about here.
Right.
But yeah, there's just certain things that they offer that on. So I mean, I'll kind of ask the question, like, is it just? Do you think it's ever going to get better? Like, is it ever going to get better, or is it just where we're at? Like, it's just we have to factor this in every purchase we do. That you just have to expect it. You have to expect it. We can't complain about it because it is what it is.
With the shipping charges or the prices of statues?
I think the shipping charges. I mean, the prices of statues are what they are.
Did you watch the Alex did a recent interview with Ang from XM, and he had asked him, what do you think about like prices of statues going down, and what do you think about shipping costs going down? And he said he doesn't see the prices of statues going down, but he thinks somewhere around like 6 to 9 months we might see a decrease in the shipping charges.
Well, that would be great. I hope he's right.
That's coming from XM.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's probably spot on. And I haven't seen the interview yet because I was on vacation. I need to catch up. But I think the companies are beholden to the factories, and the factories are charging X amount of dollars. There's only so many painters to go around. There's only so many factories to go around. And so I think that, I don't know. I've talked to companies, and I know that there's a very, very small profit margin after all is said and done. And that's even with the price raise. I mean, the raising of the prices. And I think that they probably know that there's a tipping point. And I think for a lot of us, they're there already.
If it's not there, I think it's teetering on the brake because it's slowed me down. I haven't got anything and don't have the plant, nothing else after that's coming.
Is that because there's not that much interesting to you, or is it strictly based on cost and shipping?
Cost and shipping.
Yeah.
It's just, it's good. It's too much. It's to the point of, I think it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm looking at my collection and thinking like, what the hell am I doing at this point? It's like, these prices are ridiculous. I'm like, some days I think like, should I just cancel everything and just stop where I'm at right now? And, but I don't know. I have a few pieces coming in this year, and then I'm taking a long break until things change, hopefully. That's kind of why I started doing the Star Wars stuff. It's, I'm picking up a lot of smaller scale stuff. It's cheaper. It's more enjoyable. For the price of one Prime 1 statue, I just got in like 10 different things, and I'm having fun with it. So,
well, I'll promote this again since I did a review today on this. This was sent to me by Iron Studios. And somebody said in one of the comments, are like, if you had not zoomed back out, they would have thought it was a larger scale statue. They would have thought it was a quarter scale because the paint, I was really impressed with the paint, how good it was.
Yeah.
And so I think that these are definitely good options for people at a much, lower price point. And again, I don't know if all the scales that you've talked about, but I know you have, at least in your DC collection, Eric, you've been doing third scales. So going back to quarter scale, sometimes it's kind of refreshing. It's kind of nice to get a smaller box and a smaller footprint,
That's definitely the other thing too, with the boxes.
But you mentioned contemplating canceling everything. I had that feeling yesterday. I was like, it's like screw it, I'm just not going to do it. And then I'm like, oh crap, I'm spending $17,000 on a damn bat bunker that I need to have display, and so it's like,
even if you took everything you have and put in that room, it's still going to look good if you didn't get anything else.
That's true. And it really does come to a point where like, when do we just say enough's enough, and when are we going to be happy?
Yeah.
Never.
Always, that's the thing is there's always that shiny new toy over here.
Yeah.
That we have to play with and want. And so, I mean, that's the way I collect. I know that there's a lot of people that buy and they're real happy with what they have, but I don't know.
It's just ridiculous when it comes down to like $2,000 just to have a 1/3 scale statue shipped to your house. It's like, all right, wow.
Paula says we can't expect the companies to eat these costs. They are already dealing with many issues. It is what it is. If you want it, you have to pay for the shipping. And again, I know Dan wasn't real happy about the shipping costs, but yet he's still going to get it, right?
This one. And like I said, I mean, I collect far fewer statues today than I did in the past. You know, I just don't collect at all. I don't pre-order at all with the same. I think I've got 5 pre-orders right now. I mean, I just don't do it as much because it's just too much. And there's an element of affordability, but to me, the bigger element for me is just how much money do I want to tie up in collectibles, you know? So there's a priority thing as well, aspect of it. And it's a big difference, you know, when I think back 10 years ago, and this is true of many things, not just collectibles, but you know, when you were buying a premium format for $400 and the shipping was $40 or $60, I mean, you know, that's a far smaller investment than most statues these days.
Yeah. And now you've got, you know, you can't even get that now for $750. The same thing.
It's certainly a lot more, but the quarter scales, Chris, to your point though, are refreshing. I can tell you that.
Well, I know you've been kind of getting back into that because you were kind of going 1/3. I think that if you had more space, you would probably still be doing 1/3 more, but I know that you're limited to where you're at.
I've limited myself to where I'm at.
Right.
I am the limiting factor,
right?
Where I'm at, and it's for all those reasons. Because if I had that bat bunker, that would weigh on me.
Yeah, it makes me nervous.
Yeah,
because we talked when I visited your house. It's like the quaintness is nice.
Yep.
And so we were talking at that time. That's something I do worry about.
In the end, you still get a cool room out of it, even if you don't put statues in it. You have a nice, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
yeah. It's like we can convert that to a theater room or whatever we want to do, you know. And
oh yeah, and I agree
with
with
drywall in that built-in shelf if we want. I mean, if we wanted to, and do that. But
I agree with Jeff too. That I think you could move in what you have, and it would look awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and I think there's a lot to be said for less is more in terms of spacing of statues and that kind of thing as well. But that's personal.
I did the video on hoarding, and it's like it does worry me sometimes because if you get to a certain point where you get so many, and I know for me they've got to be spaced out, they've got to be organized, but there does become a time where, I mean, God forbid that bunker might become full at one point, and then I'm like, well, is that too much? Is it too much, or is it because sometimes space can be great and sometimes it could be a giant hindrance. So. I hear you. What do you think, Jeff? I know you're getting some third scales in, taking up some real estate. You're going to be paying some probably hefty prices for that Hulk shipping. Does that change the way you purchase, or is it just that you limit to what you want and then by God you're going to pay the shipping for it?
No, I mean, well, with that Hulk piece, yeah, I'm gonna pay whatever shipping that's gonna be kind of like the centerpiece of my collection. But no, I could imagine shipping costs completely ruining a statue for me if it was too high. So I certainly wouldn't discount the possibility of canceling something for that reason. But you're more careful. I mean, some sources do offer better shipping than others.
Yep.
So if you know what you're doing, sometimes you can save a considerable amount. So.
Especially if you're patient.
Yep.
If you're not wanting to be the first collector out there, I mean, I think I'm the last collector in the world to get this one. I'm pretty sure. But like, if you're willing, there are companies that will ship them 3 or 4 months after everybody else gets them.
Yeah.
And if you're willing to wait, and they offer free shipping or discounted shipping or $4 shipping, then that's great. Use them where you can. Like, I don't feel like I could do that because I have this channel. So I feel like I've got to get my stuff as quickly as possible and be the, one of the first couple out there. That's a pressure I put on myself. It's really kind of silly. because I know you guys are incredible watching on this channel. You guys will watch, regardless. So thank you guys for that. But I think for the average collector, it's okay to wait. It's okay to be patient. And like Mike said, I'm very selective now. I think you have to be. We kid with Art statue collector, of course, this is like he's getting everything in the world. It's like, it's awesome that he can do that, and his incredible gallery. But I think for, obviously for most people, you do have to be selective. And we talked about it on Sunday on my live stream, that how important a focus is sometimes too, that if you don't have a focus, that can sometimes lead to a lot of headaches, especially because not only you're paying the increased prices for the shipping, for the statue, but then also increased pricing for the shipping as well. So I don't know. I mean, I know that Dan, you have a focus. Eric, you had kind of a focus. Now you've added Star Wars to it, kind of. Jeff, your focus was on certain things, and now it's kind of on the pieces that you really, really want. I know Jeff Morris, you've slowed down. Do you feel like the focus does help you though? Like, do you feel like it helps kind of rein in not having to spend as much with shipping?
Yeah, I suppose so. I'm simultaneously allowing myself to buy single pieces that I just want, but I also sold my X-Men.
Right.
So yeah, you have to make choices.
Thomas says, with inflation and the price of shipping, the only statue I'm planning to pre-order this year is Sideshow's premium format penguin. That's awesome. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Again, it's easy for us to say that sometimes, but then they're like, Squirrel, there's another brand new one here tomorrow that's revealed. Like, okay, now I'm only going to get those 2 this year. Only the 2. And then, no, I'm only going to get these 5 this year. And it could pile on really quickly. But like Jeff said, if you focus and you say, these are the ones I really want, these are the ones I'm pigeonholing for my collection, I think that does help to have some sort of plan, whether it's a focus or a plan or whatever. But anyway, Archangel says, I have the whole basement as my cave. I wish they made statues that were 6 weeks safe. Almost too much of anything in life can become problematic. Well said.
True.
Snap says Mr. Freeze cost $158 to ship and $300 custom, so $458 for it to get to me. So and again, that's eBay. That's a lot. That's a lot for a premium format. Zippo says, I don't think the price will go down. I think it's even I can't read that. I think it's more expensive each year. If it's going like this, the fun will be over. I don't know how much longer do you think we got, guys, with the prices? I mean, do you think? I mean, I know the companies are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound like they're going down. So I don't know.
What do you think it'll be like in 10 years?
Hopefully, this doesn't keep going up.
I'll be happy to be alive in 10 years. So
that's right. That's true. That's true. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about with this topic? Anything else you want to say about shipping?
Sucks.
It's at the point where accept what you love and be happy with it.
That's right. I would like to switch gears to kind of a more serious topic. This was posed in the group. It is something that a few collectors have demanded that we talk about, and it's something that we've never ever addressed here on the channel. And I feel like it's time to finally come forward. Boxers or briefs.
I do.
No.
Yep. We were requested. We were requested.
That's all Jeff requested.
Did Jeff just say nope?
I've got Secret Squirrel.
there. You actually have him. That's hilarious. You sent a graphic the other day. Did you go out and find him just after you sent that?
No, I've had these came from the Warner Brothers store.
That is hilarious.
That's awesome.
Secret Squirrel and Morocco Mole.
He's not wearing boxers or briefs.
That's right. He's got no pants.
It's no pants.
No pants. Well, Jeff Morris in our private chat the other day said that should be our new Rogues Gallery mascot. So I thought that was pretty funny. So I don't know. Do you guys want to go around the horn and finally clear this up for the collectors that are demanding to know? I know a lot of people are.
It depends on the pants.
Drop them, boys.
Well, this took a turn. It's,
what did Bill Marley say in Stripes? Something in a low-rise bikini.
That's right, low-rise bikini. Back Kid Voodoo says Jeff is all commando. So we'll let you use your imagination. Megan Color starting us off. He's a boxer brief kind of guy. I'm a boxer brief kind of guy.
I am too.
Same here.
most of the time, unless it's tighter fitting jeans, then you have to have smaller underwear.
Go right for the tidy whities.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right for the tidy whities.
Hashtag right for the tidy whities. That's where we're at on the show. Jonathan says boxer briefs. Just saying. There you go. Little airflow.
I feel so much better now that we've covered this.
That's right. I'm hoping that all the ladies are real happy and some of the gentlemen as well, maybe. So anyway.
Chris,
anyway,
tell them about the Christmas calendar.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, what did you call it the other day?
The Men of Rogues Gallery Live.
Yeah, Christmas calendar. So get your orders in now.
Get your orders in now.
That's right. The Men of Rogues Gallery Live. Brendan says this is not the stream I thought I was clicking on. What a way to enter the stream, Cash and Gemini. So ES doesn't matter. Hashtag boxers. Oh, Raul only wears the utility belt. Well, that's a whole nother look too. Are you talking about like the yellow like 1970s plastic one, or like which one are you talking? Chris and Logan, I'm boxer briefs, but I run tidy whities. I love it. I feel Batman is more of a boxers kind of guy. He might be, although he's kind of he wants everything real tight.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
Yeah, I think
that's
he's a
not
brief
very
kind
streamlined.
of guy. Yeah. Julia says, "What am I watching?" we hit a low point in the show, folks. Good night, everybody.
Let's see viewership go up.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, hey, 237 people watching. Maybe we should talk about this more often. This is what happens. And again, get your orders in right now. Men of Rogues Gallery Live, the Christmas calendar.
Yeah, but shipping is going to be a killer.
Yeah, it will be bad.
It's going to be high.
Well, the problem is that we're going to have to buy so many to send to our fans.
That's the thing.
And also just to make sure you can buy it on OnlyDans. So that's where you'll be able to buy it on Dan's website.
That's a different calendar.
Yeah, it is we're gonna have. Should we have like a censored and an uncensored version? Maybe I'm not sure. Strategically placed statues.
The unrated, yes.
Yeah,
I think that's perfect. Strategically placed like batarangs, or in Jeff Morris's case, an entire Captain America half scale shield.
I'm glad I don't collect on 10 scale.
I've got a full size.
Mine's be the baby Grogu 10 scale.
Oh, we're all the way down the rabbit hole right now.
Oh, but we gained a few more viewers. 242 now.
240 something. So.
Yeah, 240 something. Oh boy. So anyway, that was fun. Thank you guys for humoring me on that. Let's go on to topic 2. All right, topic 2. The other question posed by, again, I posed the what do you guys want to talk about post in my group, and topic 2 says, are companies relying too much on the same licenses? Is it getting too repetitive? So just go around the horn. What do you guys think? I mean, obviously we have DC, we have Marvel, we have Star Wars, we have the main money makers. But I have seen some other companies get some new licenses. Do you think they are relying too much on the same licenses and they're burning people out with the constant Jokers, constant Batmans? Or do you think there's enough variety out there with the other licenses? What do you guys think?
Licenses are expensive, right? These companies pay a ton of money. All I can see is art.
We'll let everybody soak in Arch's scratches comment, and
it's only funny because it's true.
That's right.
they pay a ton of money for these licenses. And I think, they're not just open licenses either where, company can, okay, I've got the DC license, I can make whatever I want. They have very tight limitations on exactly what they can do. And they have commits they have to make to the licensor around, what they're going to deliver for money, for revenue. So, we're always going to see the most popular characters. We're always going to see those be out in front. So the secondary characters, this kind of goes to what you've been saying, Chris, when we do get them, support them.
Oh God. Yeah.
Because they're definitely at the risk side of the equation there. So support them and prove that they can be successful. So,
I mean, like the Sideshow Penguin.
Yeah.
People have to buy this thing.
You got to buy it.
They have to buy it, and they have to buy it, and they have to buy it. I don't know what the ES is going to be. I'm personally predicting 500.
I would agree with that. I think
I feel like that's probably where they're going to go. I might be wrong. Again, I don't have any inside information or anything like that.
I'm going to say twice that.
You're going to say what?
Really?
I'm going to say twice that.
You think 1,000?
Scarecrow and Mr. Freeze were 1,500.
But they're just now selling out, right?
But I'm not sure that's a bad thing for them. They don't need to sell out right away. They can have pieces linger.
I think this one will have to go to retailers, or the retailers are going to be really pissed.
Oh, I think it will.
If they don't get it.
I think so too. I think it's important. But again, this release is going to be really different. I mean, really interesting to watch, because we said after Ivy and all that controversy with her being an ES of 250, it's going to be really telling what kind of model they go with. But I think you're right, Jeff. I think that retailers would have a cow without being able to have the option. But I mean,
wouldn't surprise me though.
Does Sideshow need that money? Do they need retailers' money?
There is a ton of pent up demand that they're tapping into with this Penguin piece.
Right.
It could be that there is a, and I don't know what their operating model is, but it could be a delayed, like, we've got an ESFP 500. It's going to be exclusive to Sideshow for the first 30 days. And after that, it can go to retail, some kind of a model like that. Sideshow is well within their rights to just hold it for themselves if they want.
You know what? I think that'd be really cool what you just said. If they did a time release window thing on just the X. Yeah. That would be really cool. And then people could still buy the collector's edition for a longer period of time.
I like that.
Yep.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I don't think people would be upset as long as it's publicized.
Well, as long as you know.
Yeah, you got to promote it. I mean, that could be their new model. But I mean, the only thing is that they haven't been doing X's. Not
on every piece. A lot of pieces they're not.
But I think they're doing that to save some cost.
Yeah, they are. So Arch asked a good question earlier about the Penguin. He's wondering if we think the Penguin is too grotesque in its design and that it won't match well with Scarecrow and Mr. Freeze.
I think there's some validity to that.
I have a question about that too, though, related to that. And I was actually thinking about this when we first saw the pics. Have we seen a pic that is actually bright of that piece? It's a really dark picture. Like if you go to the RSVP page that's up on Sideshow and coming soon right now, it's a really dark picture.
Yeah.
I mean, really dark.
They made him very dirty looking. He looks like he pairs up with the Joker that they just did by Daniel Bell.
But I wonder if the lighting is affecting that, what you see right there too. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's grotesque just in terms of the sculpt. I get that. But in terms of how dark he appears, I wonder if the lighting plays in here.
I think it's like dirt all over his face. Even if you look at his clothes, there's like dirt all over his clothes. There's dirt all over his jacket. It's like he's been playing in the sewer.
Do you think that we'll get a second head sculpt for him?
I wonder. I really
because if that's the real grotesque, I mean, I could see them doing a second one that's more of the classic,
a cleaner,
classic, cartoony looking Penguin. I think that would be smart because then it would influence those collectors that think it's too grotesque to maybe purchase. to give two completely separate looks. But there's a comment I wanted to highlight too. Hold on just a second.
Well, that's one of the things I like about the Prime 1 is the Prime 1's a little bit, I like the sculpt better on Sideshow, but I like how the Prime 1 is more cleaner looking and just, I don't know, presentable.
The Rutledge Record says, Chris, you can't ask us to buy to support this penguin, yet we're also supposed to be more selective about our purchases. And by all means, yes, continue to be selective. You know, if you don't want this penguin, don't buy it. But what I mean is that we have been demanding some of these characters for so long, 10 years, that we have to back that up. We have to support the company, because if people don't buy this penguin, then Sideshow's probably going to be a lot less likely to take a risk to make characters like Riddler, Two-Face, Clayface, those type of things. Do you guys think I'm right on the money there?
Yeah. I think the key is if you're going to order it, in this particular case, maybe don't wait.
Maybe that's the better way to say it.
Order it right away.
Yeah,
going by the groups, I haven't seen a lot of complaints saying I don't like it because he's like, dirty looking or grimy looking and stuff. So,
I think it's a penguin that most people can identify, and they're like, oh yeah, that's the penguin. He's grimy. He's definitely not that kind of more modern.
Yeah, you don't get
the mayor club owner. This is more of a kind of a hybrid of that classic penguin with a little bit of a modern twist with the kind of the fur coat and stuff like that. Definitely comparable to the Prime 1 piece. I love the Prime 1 piece. I ordered it day one, and I love that it's got 3 or 4 different head sculpts, including the Arkham one, which was a freaking brilliant move.
Yep.
So I tip my hat to John.
This penguin reminds me more of like the movie Penguin from like Batman Returns when he's like living in the sewers.
It's funny that some people have said that, but so many people have compared him to the Colin Farrell, which I don't see, but so many people made that comment.
Really?
Can you guys see that? I'm like I didn't see it.
So I like the penguin where he's more gangster looking. Like you say, he's like hanging out at the clubs. He's clean looking. He's fresh looking. But don't get me wrong, it looks amazing what they did on that. So.
But again, all I meant by that was just that we have to, if we want these characters, and let's say that you're somebody out there that's been vocalizing like myself that we want these characters. Damn you, Sideshow, where are they? We're the ones that have to buy.
Yeah.
Don't buy it if you don't want it. That's not what I'm saying. But the ones that have been saying it for a long time, we're the ones that need to say something. And spend our money so Sideshow will have confidence to do some of the other characters. Now, again, there are other companies that are going to be doing these characters. So I'm not as down on Sideshow for not making them, knowing that other companies will. Because back in the old days, Sideshow was the only game in town. And I'm still a massive Sideshow fan. I talked about it the other day in one of my videos that like they're still a phenomenal company. It's still offering a great price point and a phenomenal product. But there has been frustration, at least on my part, with the characters they haven't done, especially characters that were like no-brainer type of characters, at least to me. Whereas they've done a million X-Men and some X-Men that maybe people wouldn't want. I don't know, but like, come on, do a penguin, and they did. And so I'm really, really happy. In the last couple of years, we got a Batman Who Laughs, Mr. Freeze, a Scarecrow, and a Penguin. Come on, that's a phenomenal rogues gallery right there. Do I want all the rest of them? Yep.
And they're all great.
And
the 3 you just mentioned are phenomenal stats.
They're phenomenal, and I can't wait. I'm going to have enough room in my new display to completely rebuild my setup that I used to have front and center, and even have more room than I had in the old case. To add characters like this. So I'm very, very excited about it.
Do you think they'll stick with the $690 price point that they've been going with recently on this one?
Some people were predicting $750, $800. I don't think that will be the price point for this. I do agree with you, Jeff. I think it will be that 600-ish, because we have to also consider Penguin's very tiny.
Yep.
So even for 600, that's a lot, because I think that this character is going to be quite tiny. I think the base is not going to be all that massive. I think it's going to be a pretty small premium format overall. They might kind of oversize him a little bit just to give him some bulk.
I
But
think
And
that
I'm
coach
curious about the base too, because of this one penguin that's under the others.
Mhm.
How much base there really is. This one that's kind of looks swimming
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
front.
Yeah, I like the base.
everybody loves that angry penguin up at the front. That's a
I
lot
do
of
too.
fun.
But they all have red eyes, which I think is really cool.
That
Yep.
is
Because
really cool.
That's
I
what I
don't know,
like
are you
about
guys-
this one over Prime 1. Prime 1, the penguins look too clean. It kind of just looks like they just threw them on there.
Right.
Maybe so.
I think the coat's going to be fabric.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I do.
Yeah. Look at the
And the
detail
fur.
on the. I think it's going to be fabric.
I need to. I'm gonna hit up Tim and see if I can get some inside information on that, because I bet you're right. I mean, again, the picture is not that great, with the lighting, but it does look like real fur.
Yeah.
I
think
mean, maybe the
that
coat will be
puts a lot
sculpted and the fur
together.
will be added on somehow. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking, that it would be sculpted, just the fur would be attached. But
I'll hit up Tim and see if I can find out from him. But
Chris, you just
anyway, are you guys all in agreement that you guys all think it'll be 600-ish, or do you think it'll be more?
I think they'll stick with 690.
690.
I think 6. I would say just right high 6s if they do a second portrait. If there's no second portrait, I can see it being low 6s, if not 6.
Yeah, he's a small character, but he's a bulky character, so he still takes up a little bit of space. So
Yeah.
So we'll see. Time will tell, and we've got really off of the licenses question, talking about Penguin, but it's a great thing to talk about for sure.
Actually, relevant to the license question, Chris, is the Punchline comment that you just had up a second ago.
Yeah.
How has Sideshow not made Punchline? It boggles the mind.
I am surprised, especially, because Prime 1 put Punchline out, and maybe they were going off of Punchline sales at their own website. I don't know. But I absolutely love her. Sideshow does very, very well with their female characters.
Yep.
They have the best female head sculptors in the world, I think. I mean, they're just phenomenal with what they've been able to do with the female portraits.
I think they do a phenomenal Punchline, a great job, and I'm just shocked. I'm shocked that they have it.
If you think about Batman Who Laughs, must be like the most quickest villain we've ever.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and it's
I gotta
surprising.
believe that she'd sell as well as him. Yeah, no question about it.
So yeah, I'm hopeful. Again, I'm hopeful for any new characters, which again goes back to the licenses. I think people are wanting new licenses because it would bring us new characters.
Yep.
I personally see a lot of collectors wanting maybe more like movie licenses, maybe. Is that kind of what you feel like the community wants, is more like movie characters? I don't know.
Do you mean superhero genre?
No, I just mean movies in general. Because outside of Marvel and DC, what else do people collect?
Yeah, Aliens, Terminator.
Right, they collect those type of things. Jurassic Park. Those big franchises are already out there. There's a lot of companies representing those licenses. So I'm not sure when people are complaining about this, I don't really know like what licenses people are wanting, like what licenses are that you're not seeing represented.
Right.
And it might not just be licenses; they might be talking about characters also. Like if they just
Bionic Woman, for crying out loud.
Yeah, there you go.
I need my Bionic Woman.
ES of 2.
Yes,
that works for me.
That's right. That's not bad.
Jamie Summers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paula with the $5 super chat to Punchline. Who's Punchline? I don't know any Punchline. Are you talking about that black-haired Harley?
Paula's hilarious.
Paula is a massive Harley Quinn fan, ladies and gentlemen, as you could tell. So absolutely, I will try to refrain from mentioning the P word again, Paula. But you would think you would love Punchline with a name that starts with P. Come on, Punchline Paula. Thank you very much for the super chat, Paula. That was awesome. So yeah, let me know in the chat, guys. What ones are you looking for? Neo, John Wick, and 1/3. I could see what Queen was teasing a John Wick.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, a Neo. I mean a Neo. Masters of the Universe, Ninja Turtles. Again, PCS doing Ninja Turtles right now. Sideshow's done Ninja Turtles. Masters of the Universe, Sideshow's done that, and also Tweeterhead's doing all of them. Back to the Future that would be cool. That would be really, one that I would love, me personally, I would love to see third scale or life-size busts of Pirates of the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. That is still a very popular franchise. I know it's kind of dated now, but I think there's a lot of fans out there that would love a Davy Jones bust or a Barbosa or something. I think that you could do some really cool pieces. I think maybe even some ships, have some, I don't know, 10 scale ships or something. That would be really neat. Let me see if there's anybody else that has said what they want.
Iron Studios, the Wizard of Oz pieces, those are like on wait list already.
Wow, really?
For pre-order.
Talk about a company with licenses.
Yeah.
I would dare to say that they have the most licenses of any company out there.
It has to be to do with the region they're in, right?
It's got to be Brazil.
Licenses have to be relatively inexpensive in South America
because they and I don't mean this to sound bad, but they are the Funko Pops of the collecting. Like they have, like, you want a Funko Pop, you can go out and find it. Like it's there. Like they've made everything, every franchise, every version of everything. I don't know how they're still doing it, but they're like that. They're constantly getting these amazing licenses and people are loving them. Obviously, again, great price point at the 10 scale. I know that's not what everybody collects, but man, yeah, if they start doing, imagine a quarter scale Wizard of Oz. I think that would be very popular. Yeah. Another one that we don't mention here ever, but I wish the one that boggles my mind the most, Disney.
Yeah,
exactly. Classic, the villains. If they went through and made,
talk about untapped potential, and I know that maybe Disney's license is tight.
Didn't XM just tease a Disney piece?
They did.
Yeah. Well, Beast Kingdom that's why I've been liking their pieces. They've been doing some really cool Disney stuff.
Incredible stuff with Beast Kingdom. Pieces. Yeah. And I think that they sell well. I mean, you talk about our fan base. I mean, Disney is one of the largest fan bases in the world. I mean, the characters have been known for 100 years. Disney celebrating their 100-year celebration.
I think a lot of those pieces are like sleeper pieces. You don't really see like too much promotion about them. They kind of like just go under the radar. Like,
you don't. And for a long time, the only like the high end Disney stuff was that Jim Shore stuff, which is good, but it's like kind of an eclectic look. It's kind of this wood carving.
It is. Look. It's very stylized.
Yeah, it's very stylized, and it's very good. But this new stuff that Beast Kingdom's doing, they're really, really good. They're really good quality. They're large size, so they have a really good representation in your collection. But I mean, just in general, like Disney is one of those ones I feel like if more people tapped into the license, because I mean, think how many licenses Disney has, which obviously Disney is Marvel, so we get the Marvel stuff already through Disney. But I don't know. That's just there's so many characters that I think people would love to collect. XM's doing Fantasia. That's the one that we saw teased.
Yeah.
Iron Studios has a Fantasia piece they showed that's Mickey, and they've done resin water and the brooms, and it looks very cool.
That's awesome.
But I think it's only available in their country.
Interesting.
Yep.
Rutledge Record 499 super chat. Thank you guys again for the super chats. And I can't thank you enough for those. They're all going to be rolled into the Bat Bunker cost. So again, thank you guys so very much for helping support that. I'd love to see statues from The Boys, Last of Us, which we're actually getting that from Prime 1. Arcane, Jaws. Oh my God. You remember that Jaws at San Diego? Oh my God. I would love to own that thing. It was so cool.
That was awesome.
Davy Jones from Pirates, and more video game pieces like Resident Evil or Tomb Raider. And I can't remember if we talked about this on the last show or not, but having, again, some conversations with the companies, I think that a lot of them are really going to be pushing the anime stuff, the video game stuff, because it's selling a lot more than the DC and Marvel stuff is.
Yeah.
And
so we've been getting Resident Evil and Tomb Raider statues as well. So.
Who is?
I said Resident Evil and Tomb Raider. We've had a few of those already.
Is it through Prime One or somebody else?
I think who did? Maybe Delaney. I think PCS did a few. Laura Craft, whatever the name is. Tomb Raider.
Weta did.
Oh, Weta. Okay.
Weta.
And
They've
then,
done 2 or 3.
Isn't Prime One doing Resident Evil stuff, or somebody was doing them?
I can't remember. Leo says, in this era of high price points and obscene shipping prices, there's never been a better time to collect 1/10 scale, great selection, small footprints, much lower price point and shipping costs. And without a doubt, I mean, it's definitely a great option for sure.
Who's the lady with the big hat? She's from Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's a video game. Yeah,
right.
that was Pure Arts.
Oh, Pure Arts.
Sideshow did a Captain Hook PF, I want to say 5 to 6 years ago. I think it's actually been quite a bit longer than that. But yeah, they did Jessica Rabbit, they did the Evil Queen,
And
Captain Hook,
Maleficent.
and Maleficent. Those are the 4 that they did. And man, people were excited. Those pieces are incredibly rare.
Yeah.
And I was really excited because I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be awesome. They're going to do every character in the book. But they only did 4. I don't know what happened to the license. I would love to find that story out someday of what happened there. Because those were fantastic. Fantastic. Thoughts on the new sexy Thanos? It's funny. So that was a meme of I don't know, what do you call it? The stripper Thanos, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. But
I think it originated from that story that Ant-Man can destroy Thanos by going up his rectum and then turning into Giant Man. I think that's where the concept came from.
I think so too. So anyway, there has been some customs going around. Pretty funny stuff.
I think there were one too many made in that factory picture, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people are saying that some of the licenses they would like to see. I think more than anything, people just don't want to see the same character repeated. I think that's what it's more about. They just don't want to see the same character repeated a million times. But those pieces are obviously safe. But what's the Daniel Bell Joker? Is he 500 ES?
Yes.
Or was it 450 or something like?
It was either 5 or 6.
And so having an ES for a major character like that tells me that there's buyer fatigue. That it's like, well, if there's already 5 or 6 Jokers out there, I don't need this one. But if they come out with a Penguin, maybe people will buy it. Yeah. So I'm really anxious to see how this Penguin does. I'm very optimistic, kind of coming full circle to that.
I think it'll do well.
I hope so. I think it's a great looking piece. I'm anxious to see more. I don't know if it will, but I'm kind of maybe predicting tomorrow that it'll go up for pre-order.
Could be.
Sideshow usually puts up their bigger statues on Thursdays, so I don't know. I guess time will tell.
I'm still waiting to find a quarter scale Joker that I like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have one, and I haven't seen one.
Well, I know there's more coming. More coming.
That's why I'm not worried about it, because I kind of like the Daniel Bell one, but I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I would like it better if I ever see it in person. I
loved it in person. I was on the fence about the base. I didn't love the base, but until I saw it in person, I'm like, I love it. And I get why people nitpick. They're like the hand reaching out to shake the hands, the opposite hand, and there's some things that people don't like about it. And it's another piece. It's kind of on the grotesque side.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But
what I thought about it was that it would not look realistic enough to fit in with these guys, because it looks almost like an animated or very stylized looking version.
That's a good point, because I feel like a lot of their releases in the last few years have been like ultra realistic. Like they were trying to make them look like that Ivy that you have back there, like that she's very realistic looking, realistic muscles. But maybe now they're going a little bit more back to comic book look. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But
who's sure all buying? Big one.
So let me ask you, who's all buying the Penguin?
I want to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the price.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy it regardless. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. How about you, Eric? Is that something I know you've kind of gone away from quarter.
Well, that was the thing I was trying to decide with my cabinet, whether or not if I should keep the quarter scales up top or eventually, replace them with third scale. So I'm leaning more towards replacing them with third scale and just doing the Prime 1 third scale. If it was 1/3, I would choose that over the Prime 1 though.
What about the Prime 1 one?
That's what I'm saying. I'm most likely going to pick that one up.
Okay, I didn't know.
Even though I like the Sideshow more, the sculpt and everything. I mean, I like them both actually, but I'm a little bit more drawn towards the Sideshow one. I like what they did with the base overall. But
nice.
I really like the Prime 1 with the umbrella open and flowing in the back and all that stuff. So I don't know. I like elements of both of them. Yeah.
I like that umbrella and I wish, they may do that penguin in quarter scale now. Who knows? It could show up at some point.
That's a good thought. Yeah.
Very, very good point. It'll be real interesting to follow.
If that was in quarter,
I didn't think about that.
I feel like it would go really well with these, but I think the Sideshow one, it has enough of a realistic look from that photo to fit in with these guys.
Yeah, I like the head sculpt better on the Prime 1. And I like I said before, he's more cleaner looking. He looks more like, gangster to me. And
don't you get 4 head sculpts on that one?
Yeah.
Depending if you like the bonus or the all that stuff.
But I feel like that photo has a lot of yellow in the photo.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see.
All the white looks very yellowed.
It is. Like we said earlier, though, it's like it might be a crapshoot. You might just need to get your order in. Not wait to see if Prime 1 might do it, because that might be 5 years down the road. We don't know. So
yeah, it's not a huge ES on that one either. So
here's what I tell people: like, when in doubt, if you like it, buy it, sell it down the road. You might lose $50, $70 when what you paid.
That's assuming people will pay that much for it, because that's the other thing with that Prime 1 Penguin is it's a lot of money.
No, it'll depend on what the ES is. If it's the ES of 500, that's not that many to go around.
That's true.
So we'll see. I don't have as many photos tonight to look at. So do you guys want to do a quick third topic?
Sure.
Okay. So this was another question that somebody posed in the group. This is topic number 3. They just simply wanted to know what we thought about, do we like the surprise? Because I talked on Sunday about, having some of my contacts. I've got a lot of insider information. I've got a lot of renders that I see every day. So I know what's coming, and I like to tease the community. And they're like, oh, you're teasing us. Why are you teasing us? Just tell us already. But I like the tease. I love like the old days when Prime 1 would give us those black and white render teasers. And some people really like that. But also a lot of people would rather just say, hey, here's what we're coming out with. We're coming out with these 7 statues in the next 2 years. This way it helps you plan out your collection. So my question to you guys is, in the chat also, do you like to be surprised? Do you like that element of surprise, not knowing what's coming, to be teased? Or do you like to know everything that they're doing and put all the cards on the table? I'll go around. Why don't we start with you, Dan? What do you think about that?
I'd much rather them tell us what's coming. I don't care about surprise. I get them teasing in terms of, I'm not saying they need to show us, a dozen detailed, well-lit photographs of the piece.
Right.
I'm okay with being, certain angles or certain parts in shadow and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What about like XM's little silhouettes?
Not enough. It's
not that good. Not enough. Not enough.
Not enough. Not enough to get me excited. I don't really care. I mean, I'd be excited to learn a certain character is coming, but I'd like to see a little bit more of it. I'm not one for the surprise, and I love surprises, but
if they did something like that a week before,
yeah. So no, I don't care.
How about you, Jeff Morris?
I would rather know, like the silhouette thing a couple days before, but I don't want to know about it 6 months and then forget about it. And then like, oh, here it comes.
I'm just reading this question for this statement from Leo, and it kind of reminds me of like I really like what Prime 1 does with their next level, because they kind of sometimes will like tease a few things first and kind of have it in shadow, and then boom, there's the reveal. Like that's a cool tease. Yeah. You still kind of get that same feeling, but then at the end of the day, you still get, well, here's the whole statue. I don't know. How do you feel about it? How about you, Eric? Let's go to you next.
Well, like you said, just with the Prime 1 showcase, I think that's actually what they do. Like they're showing us so much during the showcase, and then they don't put it up for pre-order right away. We might see it, later on. Seems like even maybe like Sideshow starting to do that a little bit, where we don't see items go up for pre-order right away. But overall, I think it's like a catch-22. I think it's smart for companies to tell us, what's coming. This way we can plan ahead, and it might actually help sales of their other statues. Because then, like, if they say, listen, we're doing Penguin and we're doing Riddler, and then we're doing this one, I might then decide to pick up all three instead of maybe just say, oh, they're never going to do anybody else and not pick those up. On the other hand, now, if every company is doing that, now you kind of have like a choice, like, oh, well, I don't want to, if I know Sideshow's doing a Penguin, and I know, let's say Riddler, if I know Sideshow's doing a Riddler, and I know Prime 1's doing a Riddler, and I know XM's going to do a Riddler, then you kind of like, you'll have a little bit more of selection. So that might hurt, a company if theirs isn't the best, choice. So I don't know.
That's a great way of putting it, because like you said, if Sideshow said, here's Penguin, here's Riddler, here's Clayface, and you showed them all at the same time what they look like together.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do that, like you said, that is going to influence you to say, okay, I want all three.
Yeah.
And it also might make you, if another company did Clayface, that might make you say, well, now I'm not even going to think about that company. I'm just going to stick with the Sideshow ones because I know what they look like together.
Right.
Because there is always that wonder, like, will a Sideshow look good next to an XM? Will an XM look good to a Prime 1? They're all different texture. They're all different paint. They all have different looks. And I can't explain that. If you guys know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I really do think that would be so much smarter to say, here's our next 7 pieces or 4 pieces or 5 pieces or whatever, and let people see and let them know how they look together. I think that's really important.
But on the other hand, like I said, maybe they feel like it's going to hurt them, like they're showing their hand ahead of other companies. Now, maybe like another company can revise theirs and make it look better or something. I don't know.
And that's possible, but that happened anyway.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I think that happens anyway. Superman says, I would like for the companies to give us 90% of their upcoming statues up front, but sprinkle in a surprise here and there. I think that would be fun. I mean, if you knew that there was these 7 and then all of a sudden, like, wait a minute, here's an 8th, we're going to tease you with it. Like, that's cool. I would be completely fine with that.
Especially if it's a Sideshow variant that ships the same day.
Yeah, that would be.
To me, there's nothing more exciting in this hobby than when you find out on a Tuesday that there's a new variant and UPS drives up with it on Wednesday. That's just, when that's happened, it's just been awesome. Love that.
What do you think, Jeff? Well, you haven't spoke on it yet. What do you think about surprise versus knowing?
Delaney.
Do you mean me or him?
You.
Oh, me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm taking a nap.
99.
Am I Jeffing?
I like Superman's comment. 90% of the time I want to know so I can plan, but I do like a surprise sprinkled in. And I do think that the variant idea is a good way to do that, because it wouldn't be part of a line. It would be an individual piece, a variant of something else. So to have it as a surprise, we're shipping it today, guys, is exciting for the community. And I think it creates a lot of excitement and goodwill towards the company.
This has been a fun conversation, because I was thinking that maybe more people would like surprises, but clearly I think the majority of people really want that reveal with surprises sprinkled in. And I think, especially now where, I don't know, do you think, though, with the economy where it is, do you think it wouldn't be a guarantee for people to buy? Like you could say, here's our next 3 statues, but maybe they can only afford 1. So I don't know if it would backfire doing it that way at this point. I just don't know. What do you guys think? Like, can you see it being successful, or do you think it would just lead to a cancellation or something like that?
Well, this actually goes back to like a true story of what happened to me. If you go back to when Prime 1 was doing the quarter scales with Sideshow, they showed the entire Justice League all at once, except for Aquaman. And looking at all of them together made me decide, all right, I'm going to get rid of everything I have. And I like the way they all look together. And pick everything up at once. They released them slowly throughout the the year or two. It wasn't like they dropped all of them for pre-order at once, but at least you had an idea of what everything was going to look like, and you can plan for it.
And Prime 1 to me was one of the best back in the day of letting us know kind of what's coming. Do you remember the Hush setup where it had the original Batman Hush and it had Superman behind and it had that silhouette of what the outline would look like with Huntress, and then also Nightwing, which was the original Nightwing they canceled because people didn't like it. And I think there was even like a render of a Catwoman. And so it was going to be this big giant diorama in 3rd scale, which in hindsight would probably not work for most collectors because it would take a giant table to make it work. But I liked they did that. I liked they teased because they're like, well, this is what's coming, even though they did cancel Nightwing and made a new Nightwing later on down the road. But and going back to your quarter scale, what was it? New 52, right? New 52.
Yeah.
And why they didn't make Aquaman, I have no idea. I know that's a sore spot, but I don't know. It's going into this conversation, I thought, well, I probably like surprises better, but I think everything you guys said makes so much more sense. It's just put all your cards down on the table. Let us know how you feel. We know what's coming. I wanted to get back to the super chat real quick. Let me. So this was a question, $4.99 super chat. Y'all should talk about the Wonder Woman hairline controversy, and specifically, we're talking about the Wonder Woman versus Hydra. And I got to bring up our good friend Chester, of course. It was a very controversial post yesterday that he did remove. But anyway, he got his in today. He was really worried about the hairline. And we actually saw a review. I think we watched it. Was it earlier today? And yeah, there's a major problem with that hairline and the magnet going into where the hair goes in, but it doesn't stay down because the hair's too heavy. So people are that guy had to put tape to cover up a seam. Chester mentioned his was like that, but not as bad. But he his is up high, so you can't really see it. What do you guys think about that controversy? And do you think Prime 1 should replace it?
Well, Chester said his was okay. He said he had a strong magnet. Everything was okay.
He did, but he still said there was a gap.
I don't know how that happens.
I don't either.
That just has to be one of those things that they're like, fuck it. We're just going to send it out anyway.
Just ship them. They'll complain, but what are they going to do about it?
I don't know why they made the hair separate. I mean, there's a lot of hair strands, but look like Chris, like Huntress, or there's a lot of statues that have fragile hair strands, and they ship them all together. Why they made the hair piece separate, I have no idea.
Can I ask this question? Why the hell is hair not PVC at this point?
Yeah.
The PVC looks great. It's not. It doesn't look plasticky anymore. Like it is a good look. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's PVC and what is polystone on a statue. Why wouldn't you just do it PVC? Am I missing something?
Well, I think the Power Girl portrait is PVC.
Which one?
Power Girl.
For Prime 1?
No, Sideshow.
Really?
That portrait is the lightest quarter scale portrait I've ever held in my hands. And people have talked about how her skin tone is different on the portrait than on her legs. It's significantly different. So I have a feeling, I don't know, no confirmation of it, but there's something different about that portrait.
Interesting. But I mean, like if it prevents it from breaking, again, I use this one as an example, the Batman Tech 1000, like that cape is PVC.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dan and I both can attest that it looks fantastic. Eric, I mean, it looks fantastic.
Yeah. I think the one you have behind you too, they use the same material, the Sideshow Dark Knight behind you.
Oh, I guess I'll find out Friday.
You would think that they could do that Wonder Woman hair if they did it in PVC. There's, that would be painted not a skin tone, so it would be easier to do and put a magnet inside of that.
You would think.
Or they should
and not be all these little pieces. That was the thing that I didn't understand. I guess for breakage, but it seemed problematic to not fit. Like it was never gonna fit right.
It seems like it's always Wonder, because I was telling you guys, like the first Sideshow Wonder Woman had removable hair, but it had a like a long peg that keyed into the head. It wasn't a magnet. And I could swear there's another Wonder Woman statue where they did the same thing, where the hair is removable. It's like it always seems to be like for some reason like Wonder Woman.
The one I reviewed.
Which one?
It was that Art Germ one.
Yeah,
that,
the Art Germ. Yep.
Oh yeah.
It keyed in on the top.
It's weird that they only do it with like Wonder. I can't think of any other statues where like the hair is removable like that.
It was weird to me too. Kai says PVC introduces an entirely different production line for the molds, so that's a good point. So that might be a whole different factory issue. Also, I think we've heard that PVC is a lot more expensive than the polystone, which is crazy to me. But that's another factor, is that would that increase the price? So, but I would think that they would rather spend a little bit more and charge a little bit more than having to send a whole bunch of replacement hairs out if this becomes an issue. But I think Chester did say that he took a credit from Prime One.
I think, what did he say? He had a hair strand that broke.
And maybe that's why he did. Maybe that's what the issue was.
Yeah. So he said there was a slight gap if he stood on a ladder and looked at it from above, but the magnet was very strong, but it did come, a hair strand broke off during shipping.
Interesting. Well, again, PVC is much stronger, reducing breakages during shipping. So I think PVC is a great option if it looks good and it's painted well, and especially if it gets to you in one piece. That's the main thing. So anyway, congratulations to anybody getting that piece, but hopefully you're able to figure out the hair and get it to work. But I know it's frustrating to spend that kind of money, and because that was not a cheap piece. That was a big diorama.
Well, it's good news to see that at least one person got one that has a strong magnet. So hopefully the rest of them don't have issues.
Yeah. I mean, again, we're talking about this based on one review, so I don't. Yeah. We all know how that goes. Are you guys ready to look at photos?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
That's a cast.
All right, can you see the photo?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we'll start with this guy again. We've talked about him quite a bit. Now that you're looking at this, Eric, Jeff, I do think it's fabric.
It does look like fabric.
Now that it looks like it's got a little fuzz to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which also, I would say maybe you could take it off, but I don't think you can.
It'd be hard, I think.
It would be difficult, but again, the base is looking like it's got. I think this over here in the corner is graphic, but I think up to the penguin is all sculpted.
Yeah.
It's got some translucent material, kind of like the Killer Croc that they did.
But look at the guy down below.
Yeah, what's the penguin below? I wonder if he's in that.
All the way in the bottom there.
He might be on the floor. Like it might be
underwater.
I think there's 4 penguins on this thing.
Underwater.
I think he's underwater.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. How cool is that?
That would be cool. Yeah.
I love the purple, kind of that classic purple color and gold color that they did on him. Again, I'm hoping for a second portrait, but I won't be disappointed if there's not one.
He is very dark, but you think if they made him like very like colorful and vibrant, he would look too cartoonish. Maybe that's why they did it.
Maybe. I don't know. Again, this is just a teaser, so I mean, like Jeff said, we're waiting for more photos and
yeah.
But again, just super excited that we're getting a penguin from them.
I'll bet you that's Daniel Bell.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so too.
What makes you say that, Jeff? Just out of curiosity, I have no idea.
The level of detail and the style, I agree. I think Chris said earlier, I think it's slightly similar to the Joker. I think I think they'll go together pretty well.
They kind of have that horror element to it a little.
Mm-hmm.
The grotesqueness. I don't know. Is there any chance it could be matte?
Matte black?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything from him that has this kind of style. It's possible, I guess.
It's possible.
I can't think.
I can see them. I could see this being Daniel.
Yeah. Or at least whoever did the paint looks the same. It's like whoever did the Joker and this is like the same painter at least.
Yeah. So anyway, Penguin is coming from Sideshow. Hopefully that pre-order will be up maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
Hey, Mike Hobbs in the chat just said that my review of the Sideshow Mark 7 made him order it, and he got it today, and he's really happy. So congrats, Mike.
That's
an
fantastic.
awesome piece.
Again, if you haven't checked out Jeff's channel, Secret Sanctuary, please make sure you do so. Great reviews over there. And not only statues, but also comics and comic lore and stuff like that. So definitely check it out.
I use the light up feature on that piece all the time. It looks fantastic.
It does look great. I saw that one in person. I was blown away by it.
Yeah.
Got some photos of the Superman versus Doomsday. We just talked about the Wonder Woman piece, and this one's also started to ship. Again, a really big piece. I think Superman looks really good here. Have you guys seen these photos? I don't know if you have seen them in hand yet here.
That looks pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was this photo. I saw somebody posted a photo, and it was next to that's insane.
Eric, I've got it here.
Oh yeah, next to the Joker
That's
and
crazy.
Dragon.
Yeah, I've got all of that.
Yeah, it's almost about a little bit bigger, so it's not too bad.
Oops, sorry, that was out of place. Doomsday's head. Again, this is all third scale, so it's you can only imagine how massive. I will also say this, that I love the idea, I've said this for a long time, to put characters like this as part of a base.
Mm-hmm.
So you still get the character, but you don't need all of him. So again, like this could have been a Batman versus Clayface or something like that. You know, I think it would have been awesome.
I love that.
Okay.
If I had money to burn, I would. That's
your statue. You love it.
Cool. I love it.
The Rutledge record in the chat said you missed his last super chat.
What do you know what he said?
No, I missed it too. So sorry.
I'll try to go back and find it. Sorry about
who's the cute pupper?
Oh, that's Indiana Jones.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, exactly. That is.
Oh yeah, that's the super chat. It was $1.99. Oh, Dan, who's the cute puppy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
One of our three. So that is.
That's right. Had the pleasure to meet all three of them. Great dogs.
Oh, they all love Chris.
Well, which one loved me the most? I can't remember.
Jax, the puppy. Yeah.
Jax liked me.
Jax after Jackson Hole, Wyoming is his name.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but they oh my God, they were all over Chris.
Couple different couple different Superman S's. Kind of looks like Sideshow S.
Those are fun.
Yeah, I like that they did the two colors. This I really liked. People were comparing it to the Hush Superman, which is known in the community as probably the best Superman, but a lot of people were liking this one even better.
I do.
Yeah, me too.
So I thought that was really cool to kind of see them side by side like this.
I've never been a big fan of the Hush
skin.
one.
The skin looks better on the new one.
Much better.
Yeah, a little more different shades going on.
Way better skin. I mean, it really goes to show you how far they've come.
The eyes look better. The whole thing.
Yeah, the paint, everything. I mean, you can just really tell right there. It looks to me that looks more Superman. But I thought it was really cool. So this is the Superman next to the Joker dragon. So it really gives you an idea of how big these things are.
Wow,
man.
Wow, that's a big piece.
Even bigger. Yeah, it's even bigger. So it's pretty crazy.
You need a bunker for that.
You do need a bunker for that. And it really, the Superman pairs up with the Wonder Woman and Hydra, and then also the Joker versus Batman. Those are the three that are meant to go together. They're all Jason Fabok pieces.
Right.
But I do think it pairs up really nice with this dragon.
So now just imagine the one you have in order, the Batman versus Joker with Batman's cape fully open.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy. And again, that's definitely going to be bunker appropriate. I don't know if you guys saw, but I did decide my side shelves are going to be 30 inches deep.
I think that's a middle room piece. That'd be cool.
It might be. It might be. People were worried I wouldn't be able to accommodate stuff, but I decided to go 30 inches on the side shelves.
I would love to get that piece.
It's cool to see some of these, sometimes to see the size comparisons.
Yeah.
Like that Batman is massive. And then to see how big Superman is, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Arch is asking if Sideshow will do a Two-Face anytime soon since Tweeterhead is doing one.
I personally don't think that they will. I don't think that they will compete against each other. I think once Tweeterhead's had theirs out for a while, I think that's when Sideshow might swoop in with one. But and I feel like the best time that they had to do Two-Face was when Dave Igo was there, because Dave really liked to do monsters, and he's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
But I could tell you I'm literally holding a Two-Face right now in my hand. It's really good, guys. And so I don't know what scale he's going to be in. I don't know if he'll be quarter. I don't know if he'll be 6 scale. But I think everybody's going to be really, really happy with the Tweeterhead one. Nightmare Batman, Weta just had a guest review on the channel for this. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but what do you think of this? I think it turned out really great.
I'm so tempted by this.
That's probably the best Weta piece I've seen.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah, he looks great.
And I thought the Joker was really great. I mean, we saw it in New York. I think it's way, way better in person than I was expecting. And I think this is phenomenal.
I just want to say,
so let me give your audience a tip on this one. If you're interested in this, go to the Weta site, hit buy, put it in your cart, and then under code, type in Weta, the number 4 DC, and it will take $300 off the price.
You're kidding.
That's insane.
That is crazy. What a discount.
Yeah.
So while you're on that angle, this is what I wanted to give shout out to Weta's customer service, because they're actually helping people very quickly. I've seen a few of these now arrive broken where the cape is, like right where that seam is, it's breaking off in shipping. I've seen a few collectors have that issue now, and Weta's answering, their customer service is answering very, quickly, either the same day or next day, and sending out replacements. So
that's great.
It's a great job by them doing that.
But man, I just think it looks awesome. Getting really great detail. This is what the base looks like. You like the shininess on the bottom?
Not really.
I think it doesn't match the other 2 pieces, the Superman and the Batman and the
Joker.
Yeah.
It might.
That was the only thing that I thought it was a little off.
Yeah, it's kind of like an ashtray or something.
I wanted to show you kind of what he looks like next to the Sideshow. This is the Batman versus Superman, and it's a pretty sizable piece. Mm-hmm. It's much bigger than the premium format, so it gives you kind of an idea of how big this guy is at quarter scale. Of course, Ben Affleck is a pretty big dude, and here he is next to the Superman, which I was not a fan of.
So Nathan's in the chat. He says these are his photos. So thanks, Nathan.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But again, just really great looking piece. I think they just nailed him.
I'm so tempted.
Yeah, this one is right up your alley, Jeff. I think it would fit in really well, especially since you no longer have that 3rd scale. This would be a nice representation there.
Yeah,
I think the Queen Studios one will look cool too.
I'm anxious to see it done. See how it compares. But kind of a close up of the eyes. Looks good.
Yeah.
This is a kind of a surprising piece. This is from Queen Studios, and this is from the King of Fighters '97, which I'm assuming is a video game. But it's a life-size bust. So they're obviously kind of, again, getting away from their movie pieces that they've been doing and going into a video game piece. What do you guys think of this one?
I think the face is awesome. I've heard several people complain about the fabric, about her dress. They don't like the material.
She looks real.
She does.
Skin looks really good. Obviously, I'm assuming she's going to be silicone.
Fire looks good.
Want to say hi?
That's always a controversy.
Yeah.
Jax.
Yeah, it looks really good. I don't know if I have a picture of the fabric. I guess this is as close as do they think it just looks cheap or?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, Queen Studios is always really good about listening to feedback, so hopefully they will improve it and tweak it. But
they've already, they're aware of people's concerns. There's been conversation about it on Facebook.
Okay, good. But it's a fun piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
What scale was that? Was that
it's life size?
Life size.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, life size. Okay, we got a new Keaton Batman from McFarlane Toys. I thought this one looked pretty good. Obviously, kind of in his classic pose. Not perfect likeness, but look better in the shadow. But these are really affordable.
That's cool.
Threw in new art from Liber Mejo. Thought that looked pretty awesome.
Not disturbing at all.
Not disturbing at all. I predict this will be a cover in Wayne Manor North at some point.
Yeah, that'll be we'll be getting
His
that.
eyes are different color.
Yeah, red and blue.
The only thing I thought looked strange was the way his scars are done. Kind of like it's wrapping around the outside of his.
Yeah,
It does.
It's like his
makes me think of that thing from Blade.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
those
yeah, I can see that,
vampires
yeah.
that have the.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome either way.
This might be Delaney's future purchase right here.
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
God, it looks so good. So this was Art Statue Collector, obviously, and in case you can't tell by the likeness in his portrait, but anyway, behind the helmet, that's art. And I just think this one, again, looked really good.
Yeah.
Is the base a light up?
Yes.
It looks-
Yeah, look at that.
Okay.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's got all the armors.
Look at like the copper elements in the base and stuff like that. It looks really cool.
It was really well thought of. Which again, that's why I'm so optimistic about what Legendary Beasts is planning on doing.
Yeah.
But this is a fun piece. I think it'll go really well with your stuff, Jeff.
I'm looking forward to it.
Mhm. The paint looks, I mean, it looks very accurate for that time.
So there's a regular version and there's a premiere edition. That torso is the premiere. It comes with the premiere.
Otherwise, it's just his arm out.
Or I think there's also an arms down.
I think you're right.
With fists.
Yeah.
I love that one with the visor open.
There's
Yeah, I
also like a modern torso too. Right? It has like his vertebrae, and I think the hips are a little bit different or something.
Portrait's so good.
And that portrait comes with the regular. The one that's completely unmasked is part of the premiere.
That's cool.
Man, that looks good.
This is a photo from Dylan Hicks.
In the chest.
What?
Will the chest arc reactor light up?
His hand does.
I think it does. I think I read that it does.
It must, because his hand is lit up here.
Yeah. And his eyes do too.
It's awesome.
That's cool.
This is a photo from Dylan Hicks. I just thought it was cool to see him again all side by side. Always appreciate his photography. And you can check out his channel also.
Bless your heart for dragging them outside.
I know, right?
I'd just have to have a bottle of anxiety medicine.
That table's making me nervous.
Yeah.
I'd be anxious about putting them on cardboard boxes. I'd be nervous about them. Yeah.
A rogue squirrel. Raccoon run off with somebody's head.
Get some bird crap on top of one of them. It's Chris Frozen.
Am I back?
Yeah.
You're back.
Jeez, that was a long one. Sorry, guys.
We didn't even know you were gone.
Yeah.
We were having fantasies about what would happen to them.
That's funny. Yeah. It's definitely brave for Dylan to take these outside, but it's still cool. I don't know where I cut off, but I was just saying, he's got a great YouTube channel also, so check out his channel as well. Got some Hot Toys love here. This is Kang from the new Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania. I thought this looked really good.
The likeness on the unannounced is awesome.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That looks so good. I think it's one of their better sculpts they've ever done.
And look, the eyeballs roll separately. You can adjust them any way you like.
That's really cool.
That's way easier said than done.
Yes, it is.
I can tell you that.
There's some actual real photos of him there, and then also some of the.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it looks so.
Have y'all seen this?
I have not. Is it good?
I have not. I have not seen it.
Dan, you said you have?
No, not yet.
No,
I saw it.
I'm excited to go see it.
What'd you think, Jeff?
I want to see it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I think I'd probably give it a 6.
Okay, not bad.
Michelle Pfeiffer plays a very prominent role. It's always good to see her in a movie.
Oh, cool.
Does she ever turn into Catwoman?
She doesn't.
Darn it.
One criticism I would have is that one of the after credit scenes kind of invalidated the whole movie for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I could see that. I know what they are. I mean, it's kind of you can't avoid it. So.
One thing that bothered me is we really don't know Kang's motivation in that movie.
He's just a good villain.
He's just a bad guy, but we don't know why he's a bad guy.
We don't know why.
Yeah. Thanos really knew what he was thinking. He had a plan, and some people could argue that it was the right plan. Kang's just a bad guy.
Maybe we find out later.
Maybe, but that's dangerous for what did they spend on that movie? $150 million.
Yeah. Well, and we saw him. This is the same guy we saw in Loki, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a variant.
Oh, this one is?
They're all variants.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And he's in Creed as well.
Wasn't he like a god? Or
No.
something? No, not a god. Okay.
In the comic book, he's actually a descendant of Reed Richards from the future. It's like technology.
Interesting. This is the brand new Yoda mythos from Sideshow. What do you guys think of this guy?
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's fun.
But expensive.
Dynamic. Looks like he has a light up.
He's fun.
Probably not. None of the mythos light up.
Oh, maybe it's just
yeah, I think it's like
just the lighting. No, it's like that translucent. Well, no, that isn't. It's got that broken glass effect. But
It's
I think
nice
it's fun.
to see an action Yoda.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah, I think I prefer the half scale they're doing. That's not in the mythos line.
Yeah,
it's almost the same price, and it's half scale.
That half scale is awesome.
I mean, if you think about it, as far as pricing goes, I think it was Eric that said this one's expensive. I think it is too. It's only $55 less than the Mythos Vader. And imagine
that's crazy.
Imagine how small a 1/5 Yoda is.
Right.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
That boggles my mind.
He's $595 and Vader is $650.
Wow.
Sign
of the times.
I used to have it was the animated Clone Wars version of Yoda, and they had he was standing on the back of one of those horse-like creatures. So that was a pretty cool Yoda statue because you had that animal and him.
Yeah.
I think I'd go for the half scale.
I think I would too. I love that one. And it's more traditional.
I'll probably order that, I think.
That's cool. You just got your Mythos Vader in.
No, tomorrow. It was supposed
tomorrow.
to be
Tomorrow.
Due to the sunny 70-degree weather, it said the weather conditions were too bad for them to deliver today. So
it's too funny.
They took a spring break day.
They did.
Oh, they did show up to my house and deliver some tiny little Amazon envelope, though. So
that's funny. They braved the weather for that.
They're doing that. Not to change the topic, but like now UPS delivers Amazon packages, and then so does the post office.
Really?
Yeah. And sometimes we have an Amazon van I see around the neighborhood.
Yeah, the UPS cities have that.
The UPS truck pulled up to my house, and he came out and delivered literally. I'm not even joking. Like this tiny little envelope. They've done it a few times. They handle Prime packages now.
We have an Amazon center, like a warehouse or where all the crap, where all the Amazon lives. And when they did the, I'd never driven past it, but it takes forever. It is so friggin' big.
They're amazing, yeah.
I mean, it took forever driving by at a pretty big speed. You were driving and driving and driving and driving and driving and driving.
Sorry.
Back to the pictures. This is the Ultraman teased by XM. So I know nothing about that. So if you're excited, hopefully that's cool.
I did brighten this up for you, Jeff, but it didn't reveal much of anything, so I didn't send it to you.
That's fine.
This is the one we were talking about, the XM Fantasia. So anxious to see what they do with this line. It's pretty exciting for them, I'm sure.
Yep.
Wonder what scale it is.
I don't know. This scale we do know. This is the 4-scale Mighty Thor. I think this one looks really good.
So this is the one they changed.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah, me too.
I think she's real dynamic. I think her texturing. The only thing I don't like that XM does is the really slick. I feel like the inside of their capes sometimes look a little plasticky, whereas the outside's real textured. I just don't love the way they do that. But I mean, because everything else is like super textured. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, the shoulder almost looks like it's real fabric, and then the rest looks like fake.
Yeah, this doesn't look real underneath. It's the underneath side, and I don't know why they do it that way. But I think she's really good. I thought, I don't know, I like it. I like it a lot better than I thought I would.
Looks cool. I did like the original base with the had that that frozen monster dude.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Frozen monster dude.
Now we get
I don't know
a frozen shield.
Frost giant.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right.
Frost giant.
The big snowman from Frozen. Anyway, this is the base right there.
Bumble.
But anyway, I thought this was really cool. This one's up for pre-order right now. Very dynamic. We also have this one. I'm not as big a fan of this one. I don't love the portrait, but this is the Dark Knight's Metal Superman. What do you guys think of this one?
Very necky. Lots of neck.
Very necky.
Yeah. This one I feel like looks good. I like the arm. I think that looks good. It's well sculpted, but that's necky.
Yeah.
So that one, I don't know. Just not a fan of that portrait.
He has
Me
excellent
neither.
hair.
Super
I
neck.
think the Prime one is I like it better than this one.
Oh.
That's very veiny.
Yeah, very veiny, super neck. I may have just given somebody a stroke. I'm not sure. Yeah. Crazy, but that's how it goes. But
It does look like you could be singing backup with Ozzy Osbourne.
The rest of it I like. I think it's cool. But I'm just not a fan of the Superman. So
Yeah, it's not my favorite look of him.
Me neither.
So you may have seen this in Hollywood, Jim Lee Hush, and look what they added.
Yeah,
Yep.
They added Jim Lee Wonder Woman. I thought that's so cool. I don't know if they're going to do like a whole courtyard.
Yeah, we need Superman now.
I'm sure there will be.
I just thought that was, I can't imagine them not doing Superman as well, but that's so cool.
It's awesome.
So I wanted to share that.
Jeff, how far is that from you? Is that like something you can go visit?
Yeah, that's an hour.
This is Todd McFarlane showing off the new Batmobile, which I believe the price increased over the last week or so.
Did it?
Sold out.
Yeah, sold out on Amazon.
I still understand how this is like $70 and then the Batwing's like $250.
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to show everybody the size of it. I saw this picture. I thought it was really cool, we were talking about 10 scale and the affordability of it. I mean, look how great this looks.
Yeah, that's smart to do like a whole dial like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it takes up a lot less room than mine did. This was teased by PCS also. This is a Battletoads. So talk about new licenses. Definitely different. Oops. Well, I'll skip past it. This is also a new Aquaman. This is pretty pricey though, but it's a life-size helmet from the Aquaman movie. I thought it was kind of cool.
But it's not wearable.
Not wearable.
Well, that's a damn shame.
That is a damn shame.
It lights up though.
Yeah, and ES a 250. But I thought that just came up today on Sideshow. I thought it was pretty neat.
$1,000.
Yeah, it's way expensive. All right, now back to Battletoads. They got a couple different ones. Anyway, that was a lot of fun to play when I was a kid. I enjoyed Battletoads.
Who's their enemy? Noxema?
I don't remember this.
I don't remember either. I don't remember who it was. How about a Warren Lau Harley?
Okay.
I don't know if Paula's still here, but I bet she gets this. It's pretty fun, Dan. I don't know if you noticed this in the back of it, but it's got the animated series Harley and Joker back there.
Oh, look at that. That's fun.
Isn't that cool?
Notice that. That's cool.
So playing pinball.
Okay.
Kind of a fun one. This recently came out. This is Iron Studios.
Yeah.
And this is the quarter. I think this likeness is incredible.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think maybe the hair could use a little bit of sculpting work. But I don't know. I think she looks really great. What do you guys think?
I think she looks good from a distance, but when you get real close, I don't like it as much.
Is it just too smooth? Does that make sense?
The eyebrows look kind of weird. The irises look kind of off to me. I don't know. There's some stuff going on, and also I'm just not sure it's the best expression for that moment in the film.
I was watching another reviewer, and they think that the eyes are decal irises.
Okay.
So, and I feel like the hair, like look how smooth that is. Like there's not much detail at all.
Agree.
So I feel like
tiara thing is crooked.
That's what I was looking at. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, totally.
It's not centered to her head.
Off center.
Yeah.
That would bother me.
And I know somebody posted that Queen Studios one. Did they ever put that up for pre-order?
No,
they were going to redo it.
And I thought it looked incredible before.
Yeah, well, they never showed their revision.
I wonder if they'll still do her then.
I wonder.
But she was awesome. But I think this looks good. But I feel like the Queen Studios one will probably be way better.
It's funny, in that last picture, they both look crooked in opposite directions.
They do. Yeah. they're like trying to get away from each other.
Yeah, exactly.
This is from Queen Studios also. I think this is the 6 scale.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Wow.
That does look good.
Looking good.
I can't imagine someone would be disappointed with that. It just looks just
What's
right.
the price point on that one?
That's cool.
Oh boy. I know the one I'm getting is like $3,000, which is a lot.
I can't imagine what that will look like if this looks this good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it said the hair sculpted on this. It didn't look sculpted. It looked very detailed.
It looks good. But yeah, like Jeff said, I think no one's going to be disappointed with this piece. It's awesome.
And it looks just like her.
It does. They did a great job. This was another photo. This is a couple of J&Ds next to the Queen, just to kind of show you the size difference. There's a little bit of a size difference. The Queen looks a little bit undersized compared to J&D, but not by much.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Stuart over on YouTube. He got his new black version of Superman. I don't know if this one has just been released or if it's been out for a while.
It's just shipping now. This was a variant of only 500. Black costume variant.
I think it looks great.
I think it looks great too. I've seen even better pictures. I think I sent you guys a picture in the private chat a few weeks ago. But I think the regular portrait on this is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Did I have a regular picture? Yeah, like right there. That looks good
Yeah,
to me.
That's pretty good.
It looks really good. And it's an old sculpt. I mean, it's just a reused sculpt.
I kind of regret not buying this, and it's impossible to find now. It sold out real quick.
You said 500?
Yeah, they only made 500.
Now, the regular version of this looked good from my recollection.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know I had this one on pre-order at one point?
Oh, really?
Yep. Huh. I clearly canceled. I'm talking about the red one, the regular.
Excuse me.
Bless you. I put this photo in here to kind of wrap things up because I thought it was really cool to see kind of all these assassins all together. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, she's a sleeper.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
She's fun. Looks really good with
Super
Talon and
small
Deathstroke.
edition size.
Yeah. And you can only get it through Prime 1. Never sold it at Sideshow. 240 people still watching, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are all incredible. Please do me a favor and hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Any must-haves in that little grouping? I know probably Iron Man for you, Jeff. Probably.
Yeah.
Penguin for me.
Penguin.
Yeah, penguin.
Yeah.
We only had a little over 100 photos tonight, just because it's kind of the slow time of year. I would imagine things will start picking up again summertime. But it's still fun to see what's out and what people are getting in and all that good stuff.
Sure.
So yeah, it's good stuff. I do want to remind everybody before we go that I am going to be live unboxing Batman: The Dark Knight Returns premium format, sculpted by Daniel Bell. That will be on Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 East, and that would be what 6 California time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So please join me that night. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up? I know we've gone our 2 hours tonight.
Hey, I don't know if Ryan Hahn is in the chat or not, but he got his XM Swamp Thing today. He posted pictures on Facebook, and it just looks awesome, just like mine over here.
It's funny because when I was frozen, I was just on your website, and there it is. I was just on your group. I'm like, yeah, great photos.
Yeah. So congratulations, Ryan. That's an awesome piece.
How great that
Total
was.
keeper.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
so good. I think that's another sleeper. I think it's one of the best Swamp Things ever made.
Yeah.
And again, great at quarter scale. So anyway, definitely check out Secret Sanctuary. If you haven't done so, please make sure you subscribe, and also do the same thing with All Things Art. Eric's always busy with great art projects and tours and statue reviews and everything else in between. So definitely check his channel out as well. Dan, have a great time at WonderCon.
MegaCon.
I'm sorry, MegaCon. Jeff's going to WonderCon.
Yep.
You have fun at that one, Dan. You have fun at that. And again, if you're willing, please film the event for us so we can kind of see what it's like to be there.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
And really, what I want more than anything is I want it to be a sell job to get me to go next year.
I don't think that's going to be hard.
Yeah, I was going to say. So just sell it for me. Because I would like that. That's definitely one on my bucket list for sure.
Awesome.
Everybody's saying I need to go to C2E2 too in Chicago at some point, but I really want to do MegaCon. So we'll see. But anyway, everybody, thanks for watching again. Please join me Friday night for the live unboxing. I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. Again, I have not peeked, but I'm very, very excited. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thanks everybody in the chat. The Rogues, of course, as always, thank you for spending time with me here on the channel, and we'll see you guys soon in the Batcave. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Take care.